The main thing that I will give you is a mood board is great and bad at the same time. The thing that we would recommend is a Stylescape. You probably have heard of that in the past, but these types of things, it's a mix of a mood board plus a branding asset plus taste test to know if the clients like something. When you have an image like this that give the client 5 different options for the same exact product, you have 5 different vibes, and then you present each of your Stylescape one by one without comparing to the previous one. The client can see themselves or don't see themselves in the product or the branding that you have defined. And so sometimes it's just a matter of, oh, the logo is a tad bit different or the color scheme is a tad bit different. If you prove to the clients that if you niche down and you focus on one specific target, then you get a better return. So you can say, if we go with this, which is the central couple type of thing, we will exclude this one, but the single mom could be included. It's not exactly the same, the right style, but still it can be included. And then if we go with the single mom style as a base, you can see that there is some things that are really similar in between the two. And it can also work for the single guy if you just change the paint in some situation. So this one is a more earthy, fun feel. This one is a more military, dark theme type. By combining the two, which is having some section of the brand that are black and some section of the brand that are bright, you get something that works for these two segments, but you don't cater to this one. And when you take this one, you cater to these two, but not this one. So you can juggle with your style. Nonetheless, Stylescapes much better than mood boards because they are targeted and specific, and you have plenty of presentation. Specific is the idea. You can see that this one, for example, for me, is not a good Stylescape because they are too close together, like way too close together. The only difference that I see is that one of them has a dark tone, which is dark blue, dark purple-ish to go with the pink, but the other things are just like we have a pale pink or bright pink or pale pink and a dark purple. I don't see enough difference as a client to say, oh yeah, I like this one much better than this one 100% compared to these ones, which are some of the most common examples. You have a total change of colors, a total change of fashion styles, a total change of fonts, and even though the graphic style is the same, the client can say, oh, red is nice, yellow, maybe, blue, not gonna go there. Then you can focus on bridging the two and just checking what do you like the best on the red one, what do you like the best on the yellow one. Even though they are currently cohesive on their own, it is better to just have one entire picked. Here, what I see is a mess. There is no organization of things. You haven't really organized things by color nor by feature. I'm seeing things that are similar at different places, or at least that seems similar from far away. I do or could understand the lack of enthusiasm from a client when they arrive here, because things looks good on their own, but there is no real in situation thing that's gonna sound specific. This is a mood board for you. This is not a mood board for the client, as far as I can tell. This is what I like to do, and I picked some things like the players right here, this one which is like music related, this one that is waveform related, but most of these, to me, it feels more of a, I'm the designer that you picked, this is what I like to do, what do you want me to do? Which is fine, but it's not tailored to the client, in which case that might be one of the reasons why they had a hard time. Like, the only thing that I see from here, I'm really far away and I don't see all of the details. I'm sure we'll miss some music, and that's about it. It's a bit complicated to see myself in a music related thing, like half or 2/3 of your shot right here, not really music related. Like this one looked music related from afar, but it's not. You have a lot of dashboards, which I guess if it's a selling platform, you need some dashboard thing for the metrics and all that, but that's for the client side section. and I don't know exactly which side you need to do, if you need to do both sides. So once again, I don't have the entirety of the information. So making it music related is debatable for you, not for the client. Going back to this, a client that has no idea of what they want to go for, and you present them 3 different variations that contain the art direction, the vibe, the target audience, the branding that you could use, without really pinpointing the thing that you're gonna apply them for. It's weird. Like this one is, I don't know. This one is probably a beer, and this one is, I don't know, compared to this thing from the future, which is they are all Hamilton beers, and then it's just different target audience, different vibes, different branding, different color scheme, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but that way the client can just pick what they want, when what they like, what they don't like. So you are in charge of the art direction. You pick from your experience, from your skills, from your knowledge, from the vibe that you have with that client that could match, and you present that, and then you get feedback. But when you do this, I'm not seeing anything coherent just yet. I'm seeing a lot of white, I'm seeing a lot of black, I'm seeing a lot of colorful things, but it's not organized. So I'm gonna do light dark split as a first event. And so now I have my 3 mains. I can quickly organize shit by colors or by type. Organizing things will help you to structure your mood board better. For example, if I'm taking these and saying that these are the blue ones, once you have done that, you can go through your blue purple selection and say, why do I take that? Why do I take that? Why do I take that? Technically speaking, like maybe the only thing that you need to keep on this is that, because that's what you wanted to showcase. You don't give a fuck about the preview. The thing that you want to showcase is the fact that it has a pretty cute background effect with particles, the buttons are glowy, all of that. The rest is bullshit. Same thing here. The only thing that is interesting might be Command K in the center. There, because it's the CMS collection of Framer, maybe that just the thing that you need is not the purple side. So the goal is to minimize the potential distraction from the client when they are arriving on the mood board, and then clustering things with their behavior and their purpose. It's a lot of work for you to minimize what you are about to present to the client. That's the purpose. So instead of doing that, here is everything I know, take whatever you want, you go in and you say, here is everything I found. You can start with this, and then this is what I like defined in, this is the colorful style, this is the white style, this is the black style. Which direction do you think you want your product to go? If they say I want to go white style, you don't spend a second on the rest. That way you are already steering the direction of the product discussion of the meeting into something that is beneficial for the client, rather than just showcasing, we have all of that, what do you think? So for me, like the presentation, that I would have done like a slide presentation type of thing, with really like, we have 3 categories, and then from each categories you have a specific type of clusters. So you know that you want to see the pro side of things, where you see your metrics, your progress, your sales, your all of that, and these things are going to be in a dashboard interface. But we also have some stuff that are for the client facing, like user facing of your product. It will most likely be a player or a store type of interface, in which case we have categorized and selected these things, and that helps. As I said, this is more likely to me looking like a mood board of inspiration for you, which is fine, no issues there. If that's the case and you really want the rest of the team to focus on the thing that you want them to focus on, maybe you're showcasing the color for the icons on the left, maybe you're showcasing the logos at the top, maybe you're just showcasing the base layout, which has a sidebar and a header. I don't know. But if you are just wanting me to focus on that, what I used to do is just circling the thing. And if I want a bit of a feather around the element so that it's not too brutal, that can work. That way you can do that and they can focus on that. And if that's too much, because it can happen, you can just do that in black. And now they're here and they're like, oh, yeah, I see that. It's not the job of the client to go through everything you found and pick out what they like. It's your job as the designer to go through everything you found, pick out the things that are related or would be useful for that project, and then present that. And when I'm saying present, I'm saying present, not here is what I found. No, it's I found this app. I think the glass morphism is really interesting. The color scheme is new and it would match with the target audience that we have. However, I'm unsure about the waveform for the music. I feel like this is a bit too odd for the type of clientele that you have. So I would rather go with something a bit different than a bar-based waveform, but that's up to you. Based on the overall feel of that design, which is really rounded, it's extremely friendly, and that would match with the target audience. That's how you present. Not, I found this, do you like it? The job of the client is to listen to you and either agree or disagree, but not pick things out for you, if that makes sense. Once again, I don't have any fucking clue about your specific client needs. If you knew that client specifically has the color scheme that is a bit more white, don't present the dark mode, just present the light mode and say, in terms of metrics, we could have something that looks like this, that showcase data based on sales, based on views, based on interactions, but then you don't showcase the dark mode. You keep the dark mode on your end of the folder with everything, because you will reference it later. All of these are dashboard and metrics that give you like extremely different vibes and extremely identical vibes. So client will have a dashboard. You just pick one, and that's about it. The one that has the most metrics, or the one that has the most thing that can align with your client, and then you're done. You are showcasing mood board. And so here it's what's happening. First of all, for me, because it's not organized color-wise or type of section-wise, that brain is saying not working. And then you're showcasing 6 times the same ID. Going back to what you said with Corbin was really engaged. Yes, but Corbin is someone who lives online. And depending on your clients, that might not be the case. You may have clients that have no fucking clue about the internet behaviors and clients that do. And Corbin is one of these people that, being chronically online as well and really working on what he's doing, or has a clear vision of what he wants, helps you to steer the discussion. Like I remember when he came to me for the same project, he said, I want to build a landing page that wows the devs. So when you have a dev coming in, they're like, oh shit, that's crazy. And that's built with this. Damn, that dev is good. I want to hire them. That's the goal. To know that already means that they already have a knowledge of what wows devs in the head. And your client, your current client that you had the mood board for, might not. If that is the color that they already had, or if that is like a vibe that you had while you did the call based on their website, why do you see pink, orange, green colors on the mood board? That shouldn't happen. If the client color is blue, you can go purple-ish, but the rest, keep it out. One of the things that you can always do is change the color of your base image, and now it's blue and it matches with the client ID potentially. And it took me 5 seconds. So you can do that.